we were going backwards and forwards, coming back, doing the normal, doing the washing and paying the bills and whatever, and then going back out a few weeks later. And it really worked. I mean, we I'm proud to say that as a band, we did all right in America. We broke America, whereas a lot of the other bands didn't. Yeah. And this might be also down to not only just hard work, but also the fact that we were signed to Geffen. Yeah. And they really pushed us out there and believed in the band out there. And
so we did had Nirvana at that point, am I right?
Well, no, not really, no, because we signed. It took us a while to sign to Geffen because when it kicked off, everybody wanted to sign us. It was that sort of 90s thing where there was money everywhere, sign this band, sign that band. But we had obviously the same sort of treatment that all the bands were probably getting. I can only speak from what I've heard, but they Kurt Cobain shot himself, so committed suicide. Now that's what everyone believes. Yeah. And that was about the same time as when we were going to sign with Geffen. So it took a long time. Right. So we were in the studio recording the first album, if you like, and we just kind of ran out of money in a way because we hadn't signed a deal with Geffen, even though we committed to making that record with them. Right. And this, so Nirvana, although we were just about to sign, that's when Kurt decided to call it End It All. Yeah. In whatever way you want to put it. And the other, it took a while. But the other bands that were there was a guy called Mark Cates who signed us, and he had also signed Hole, Beck, Sonic Youth.
You're some pretty good company.
Yeah. And we ended up being on the Lollapalooza like you just mentioned, but that was a bit by default really because Sinead O'Connor was going to do the tour, and she'd done 2 dates, but she was pregnant, and I think she was a little bit too much, so she pulled out, and Sonic Youth, who were curating the tour and the acts on it, wanted us to do it, and of course we just finished doing a tour in America. We just got home, and we were virtually just got home, still got valid visas. We were back on the plane and going back out again. So when that was going to be the moment that maybe have some time off, we didn't. Yeah. And we kept going, until we had to come back to play a couple of committed festivals. One was, I think it was called Failure, the Irish one. Yeah. With the Blur on Stone Roses, the headline, and Paul Weller on that one, and Tea in the Park. When we came back, we did the 2 shows, and then Annie refused to get back on the plane. She'd had enough. So even though that should have been our point in a way, we should have said no. But we're on the roller coaster of doing really well.
She just went no.
And she said, I'm going home. But we got back on the plane without our bass player, and the feelers went out for who would play bass, and Melissa from Hole wanted to do it, Abby from Beck, or any band on that tour wanted to play with Elastica. Really, they all put their hands up and said, I'll do the job.
That's cracking.
So she shows that, he says the band was a good band, or Annie was a phenomenal bass player. So, it was good. It was good. I mean, I'm not going to say there was anything particularly bad about it. It was just a lot of hard work. And for me, I'm kind of comfortable with that. Yeah. Others might find that a little bit.
They say that with human, but I did this. I had someone do hypnotherapy on me for a while to help get over something that I'd gone through. And one of the sessions, she was talking to me about, I can't remember the full details, but she said there's different, because we're tribal based, she says there's different types of people. And you have people who have got genetically within them quite dominant genes, like kings and queens and whatnot. And there's other people in tribes who were going from almost village to village And she said, you are, you know, from talking about you, about your personality, you are like that. You're a rolling stone. You'll be more fidgety. You don't really want to be held down like that. So it's a character trait in us. So people who go into bands, you might come into a band because you happen to unite over the fact you like or you want to make something.
Similar interest.
But yeah, exactly. But then when it comes to touring, it's like some people are going to be like, I can't fucking deal with it. And other people are going to be like, actually, I like the new information that your brain's taking in when you're going to these places, even though it is, you know, it's exhausting. It can be.
Well, it can. You know, I know a lot of people that really struggle with just being away from home all the time. You know, fortunately, I've got a great relationship with my wife as well that we're able to just do. Like if I have to go away for the weekend on a tour or something, like it works. It's fine. You can come with me, and that's great as well. But some people just really if they're not in their comfort zone, it's just. And I understand that. I find that really difficult.
I struggle with that. I've been away from home. I don't particularly like the area I live in, but I always have a sense of relief when
the area doesn't like you, mate.
So, what are we going to go for next, then, Just?
Okay. Well, I've kind of come forward a little bit. And,
we've got left. We've got two left.
Two kind of tracks, 2 records, maybe 2 albums, really.
Yeah.
If you like, or what. But really, the next one is. I've chosen this one because I could have looked at, say, New Order or something like that, big influential record. But an album that I've really got a lot from recently, and I think it's a great record, and I think the drummer is a brilliant drummer, very much similar to the way I play, I think, is the Foals album. A Knife in the Ocean, but I was a bit late, I have to confess, a bit late with getting into the Foals. I was given the first album and I gave it away, gave it away. This album, I did a little bit of backline stuff with the Maccabees a few years ago, and they were on the same bill as the Foals. Yeah. So I thought, I'm going to check this out, and I just thought they were brilliant live. I thought they were such a good band live, and I can't remember what's the drummer's name is. What's his name? It'll come to me in a minute. Jack Bevan.
Right.
But he's just got that same kind of power a little bit that I may think, might be getting a bit above myself a bit, but the way I play to some degree, and it's just quite refreshing to see someone do the similar sort of thing. Not a massive drum kit set up, but just really the groove on it. Yeah. And so I just kind of, and then I later find out as I really dig in and read the sleep notes that actually Alan Moulder mixed the album, which is one of my great friends, and I've done a lot of records with Alan and
a lot of Depeche Mode, didn't we?
Yeah, a lot of Depeche Mode. Pumpkins, 9 Inch Nails, it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
His work with Flood has been brilliant, and of course he did loads of the Elastica stuff as well, Mixed Connection and things. But I just love that record.
It's a great record.
It's fucking loud, and you can crank it up and.
There's so much energy in it and raw emotion in it. I mean, like what went down as a track itself, it's a cracker. Yeah. I love that. I love how that song makes me feel, and also the composition of it as well, how it builds up, and then that sort of like the bass comes back into it, and and then it just crashes again. It's a great. They have so much raw, and they've changed a lot as well. Foals, like sometimes their sound has developed and it has moved on, and I like it when bands do that when they keep experimenting, and I think Foals are a great example of a band who have evolved into something like they are top tier, really. They
can definitely fill a festival crowd, and it works. Whereas I've watched bits of them earlier stuff on YouTube, and it's not done a great deal. It's really thin, and the early stuff when they were doing all the kind of Afrobeat kind of guitar and. It's right, and there's some of that on the new record, but it's just got a lot more power. Yeah. Got a lot more Alan Moulder. Yeah. But they pulled it off live. They could do it live. Yeah. It sounds awesome live. Yeah. Really, really good. And it kind of got me. I managed to see them over a couple of weekends, like twice, on both shows, and watched virtually all the show from the side of the stage, and like, this is great. I really like it.
Yeah.
So it was probably one of the best live bands I've seen for a while.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah,
it hit the mark for me.
Yeah, I saw them, I think, Glastonbury last year, actually.
Right.
Yeah, it was good.
I watched the Six Music live thing they did, I think it was last year. I watched that on the iPlayer, and it was great, really good, you know. So that's kind of what I chose that record, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the cover still reminds me of Ride a little bit, but I forgive them, you know. Obviously, that's influenced them, but I kind of forgive them a little bit for that.
Okay, so before we take your last choice of this top 5, so moving forwards, after Elastica, you've moved to Devon. You'd also been making music with James as Asbo Kid, and you've done some work with Sway a few years back.
I did, yeah. Well, I've kind of still been friends with them for a long time, and unfortunately Simon got contracted TB a few years ago, and because I'm still mates with him, I guess they asked me to do it, which was I'd never played live with Sway, so it was kind of a new thing for all of us, but it was quite a challenge. I'm not going to say it was an easy job. I really loved playing with them, and their shows were phenomenal. But it was not. I had notes everywhere, all around. You know, so I only had a few days. I had a week to learn this 20 odd songs. You know.
Oh really?
It wasn't like we practiced. It was these gigs are booked. So it was a massive festival in Spain, like 30,000 people headlining. And the other one was, and then there was two in. One was in two in Scandinavia as well. But they were all like 20. So one night was 20,000, the next one was 30,000.
No pressure.
No pressure. Right, so but you know all the songs because I've known them for years.
So how do you
don't really get it?
How do you prepare for that on such short notice? Obviously,
I was in this room
rehearsals.
for 2 days constantly.
With headphones.
With headphones.
Yeah.
And they sent me a set, and then we had about 4 days in the main rehearsal. For the second gig, so basically we just in there every day and just going through them. And then Brett is not loving being in the rehearsal room. When you've been playing songs like that for years, they're kind of already there. Yeah. So we was at the end. It was just Neil, Matt, and Richard, and me going through stuff over and over again, making different notes. You know, I was just notes, and I had post-it notes, fucking shit everywhere. That much that I confused myself in the end because I just I can't remember where I am or what's going on. And there was one bit, one of the festivals that I was playing like Drowners or something like that. And I just started this beat thinking this was it, and then Matt turns around and sort of counting. I just kept going until, and then just like the band just came in and like, fuck, I finally got it, you know? Just kept changing the beat a little bit, and then it's like, that's it, bang.
That's how you knew it was when they all started.
Post-it note, that's how it goes.
That's a lot, isn't it, when you're trying to take on all that information. So what was the challenge? Was it that you had so much to take on all at one go, or was it the rhythms? Was there any challenges there for you? What did you find that was the biggest thing? Was it just the volume of things you were trying to fucking take on?
I'm playing in front of the audience, the crowd. Because to be honest with you, I didn't even hardly know they were there that much. It was there's so much to think about. Yeah. And there were big shows, headlining shows, but it was just the volume of information to take in. You know, and you can kind of get away with it. I'm pretty good at doing it, and I've done it many, many times over the years. Stepped in at the last minute and done gigs, and I kind of get off on the buzz of that. Yeah. It's the challenge, but the bottom line is you still got to get it right when there's 30,000 people looking at you. But with drums, you can wing it a little bit. You know, you can wing it a little bit. Just keep going. Advice, just keep going. I mean, Simon's a very different player to me, and one of the things I found in one of the Sway songs, which they would probably not even admit to because they don't know because they've played it for so long, is things like certain choruses would slow down rather than get faster. Yeah. And that's only a feel thing that I noticed, but it's obviously that gives that dream-like Suede feel. But you can't explain that. You can't write that down or anything. You only got to be in the hot seat. Whereas Simon and the rest of the band have played it a million times, and